Hey, it's Mike with the Claim Squad Public Adjusters. We're going to be talking about cast iron pipes and the damage that one suffers and language that's in your policy. And more specifically, we're going to be talking about, let me write here, direct versus indirect damages. So let's take a look. What do I mean by direct versus indirect? So many policies, and I'm going to put an example of a policy right now. Many policies will have language that says something like this when it comes to cast iron pipe. We do not cover direct damages resulting from a backup or overflow of water from any heating, plumbing, air conditioning unit, basically. And so when they have that type of language, sometimes there's additional language that will say, not on all policies, but some, this includes the indirect, parentheses, access to such plumbing unit. So what does that all mean? So when you talk about the indirect damages or the access, that's essentially if you have to break open into the slab to remove or fix any of the cast iron pipe. So I'm going to put this policy up that I have to give you a prime example of the language that they talk about. Now, this is a limited water damage endorsement, and this is where you normally see this type of language, and here it is. Sudden and accidental direct physical loss of covered property by discharge or overflow of water or steam from within a plumbing, heating, air conditioning, or automatic fire protective sprinkler system or from within a household appliance. All right. So, based on that language, they don't talk about the indirect or gaining access to the pipe. So let's briefly go into the definitions of direct versus indirect. Now this is a big deal because we have to file some lawsuits and fight the insurance company over this verbiage. And this is the way we circumvent the policy language. And there's some other things too that I pick out in policies, but I'm just going to cover this for now. So let's define direct. You have a cast iron pipe situation or any plumbing situation for that matter. The water overflows, it backs up through your toilet, shower, kitchen appliance, say like a dishwasher. And the water overflows, and we'll just use the bathroom as an example. So the water overflows, now it goes through your floors, hits your baseboards, under your baseboards it gets into the drywall, maybe goes out into the hallway, baseboards, drywall. That damage that the water just did is called the direct damage of the overflow or backup. Okay, so what's the indirect damages? Well, for cast iron pipes there's a few different ways that they can do it, but what we always do and how we calculate what these damages are is the indirect damages. Now again, remember, insurance is about making people whole, so whatever you have you're supposed to put back. So if you have cast iron pipes, technically by the word insurance, which is to make somebody whole, you have to put cast iron pipes in there, but nobody does, right? You put PVC. So, but you get credit for breaking into the floor, breaking into the slab, removing cabinets, removing bathroom vanities, toilets, breaking into walls, etc. So all that I just described is what we call indirect damages, meaning the water didn't damage it, but it's indirectly the result of the situation at hand. Busting into floors, gaining access through the slab is the indirect damage to access the pipes or that area of the pipe that's broke, cracked, where the leak is, etc. Now let's go on. So then we get a video or try to figure out where these cast iron pipes run through your house, and then we account all that flooring. If it goes through a main part of your living room, kitchen, wherever, we calculate that into our estimate, where these floors may potentially need to be broken into, slab broken into, cabinets removed possibly, bathroom vanities torn up possibly, That's all the indirect damages because they weren't directly affected by the water initially from the backup of overflow, but it is a result of the overall total global claim. So if that makes sense. So when we look at these claims from a global view, it's both the direct damages and the indirect damages. So with that being said, if you have a cast iron pipe claim, make sure you give me a call. Let me take a look at things. I happen to do a lot of cast iron pipes. There's other things within the policy that I look for, but this is just one little tip on how we differentiate things and how we actually get people paid for their cast iron pipe claim and the damages that they sustain. So if you need to get a hold of me, my name's Mike with the Claim Squad Public Adjusters. Phone number is 754-252-5438. My email is theclaimsquad@gmail.com. Website is www.theclaimsquad.com. Thank you for watching.